There we go. All right. Let's go hit the gym, baby. Let's go hit that gym, baby. That's the bottom part isn't screwed in. There we go. Who's ready for the gym? Yeah. All right, so check it out. Got that selenite. Where do you dwell at night? Where do you dwell at night? What way should we go? This way? All right, let's go this way. Gotta get some water today. Fill the water jugs. Make sure we remember to do that. Yeah, man. So, we're just out here talking to ourselves. Talking to ourselves. Thinking to ourselves. Speaking to ourselves. Reacting to ourselves. Everything is a relationship. Everything is all about relationships, like and deeper than just like networking type relationships, where obviously that too, but I'm also speaking about like your relationship to things, right, more deeply. So like, what is your relationship to things, right? So what is like your association? What is your word association? What is your association to certain words, right? Words that come up in your day often, words that end up dictating and locking in what your beliefs are, and then in turn your reality becomes that. And it's all oftentimes through no belief or knowingness of your own. This is all happening subconsciously, where your mind is dictating, creating, manifesting your entire life. It's happening subconsciously. Your subconscious mind is doing it on autopilot. So on autopilot, your life can be created easily, naturally, right? So that's why when I say decide to do whatever you want in life and just do that and be so happy with that, that's why, right? We start to, instead of our lives dictating to us what we should do, we're the ones dictating our lives. Now, if you're out here doing things you don't want to do, and you're just doing them for the dollar, like, to me, that really is backwards. Now, you may have bills to pay, these things in the physical realm, keeping you tethered to the physical, keeping you tethered to your job, right? I'm not saying like be as bold as me and be all in and quit your job. For me, that was the decision I had to make, because the job, yeah, the money was good, but like, it's not worth it. So once I get to that realization, I can't keep going there, and just some crazy stuff went down. So it is what it is, right? But I'd rather do what I want on a day-to-day. This is the real massive realization I had. Like, I'm just gonna do what I want day to day. This is what I'm having my children do. I support them and embrace them in doing whatever they want. What do they do all day? They're artists. They color, they draw, they make music, they sing, they dance, they play. It's a state I love to see them in, and honestly, it feels like I'm wanting to be that again as well. My childhood got taken from me from a young age because of public schooling and because of schooling and how my parents reacted to, how I may have been doing in school. You know what I mean? All these things that start to form and shape your mind, and create these subconscious avenues and these subconscious actors, if you will, running the play of your life in the background, on autopilot. So we on some heady stuff, man. We can break this all down. I will break this all down, and you pay attention to my channel, you'll get broken down. You'll be able to really, for free, take advantage of this knowledge, put it to use and flip the script on your life and get back to living how you'd like to be living and how you deserve to be living, how you came here with your own birthright. Everyone has that birthright to do what they came to do. That's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. You signed up for some adversity lessons, yes, but you signed up to come here and slay it, to grow, evolve as fast as possible. Okay, that's what you came here to do. Now, in order to do that, you got to start making decisions for yourself, right? Know yourself well enough to know what your intuition is telling you, when it's telling you something, and that you should follow that every time. Every time your intuition tells you something, you need to follow that. And that's your higher self. That's God speaking to you. Okay, so this is what we be about, man. This is how it goes. Okay, so this is how it goes. Sometimes people react to me like I'm a ghost, but this is how it goes. Okay, now I may be a ghost. I'm operating in the spiritual dimension a lot of the time. That's where I want to reside. That's where I want to be. And when I start slipping from that, I start to feel weird. And so I can relate. I understand, man. I understand how it is feeling weird in this physical, because I do. So, you know, honestly, I low-key am like, is there other people who feel the same way? Honestly, I'm not sure, man. Like, I don't know if there's many people that feel like I do. I really honestly feel like I come in contact with not many of them on a day-to-day, which is also why I want to move to a place where I at least have one brother who's linked in with me like this. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. We're where we're at. We came to get here for a deep reason. Everybody who's supposed to be brought to me is going to be brought to me, and vice versa. I'm going to be brought to them, all in due time, you know. And so we just out here, you know, getting after it, knowing what we're about, knowing what we believe in, what we buy into, and putting our all into that. And so that's really my foundational process. I really feel if I'm doing my own thing for my own self, entrepreneurial style, I will be putting my all, my full energy into this 24 hours a day. So instead of doing that for someone else, they're not paying me well enough for that. I'm putting up with too much that I don't want to be putting up with. I'm gonna do this on my own. You know what I mean? And that's what I got to. So there's kind of a lot of other backstory. It's a long story, you know, kind of what I've been through in the last month and a half, last year, last 40 years, you know. Your boy's about to turn 40 this July. That says 7 right there. My birthday is 7/27/1985. Anyway, that's your boy's birth. Now, what else, huh? What else? We got 8 minutes into this. I'm about to hit this gym. Pay attention what your frequency's doing, man, so you can line up your emotional state to a certain frequential number. It's like a level to a game, almost like levels to a game. As you rise up the frequential chart, your emotion gets slightly, we could say, better. It gets to be a better emotion than the last as you rise up the frequency chart. And so it's pretty trippy to look at that chart too, just like the emotions where it starts at. They all, at the bottom, they all seem pretty similar to each other. Like you're like, damn, you're like barely moving up. And then it starts to, there's like a neutrality point, and then it starts to get better, and then a lot better. It's pretty interesting to look at it laid out like that. You should just be able to pull it up. It's called a frequency chart. I'd throw it up for you right here in post-production. If I had more people watching. Right now, we're still at the golden days, the foundational era of the channel, so we're still developing. So you guys can pull that up on your own very easily. Obviously, you have your phone in your hand or wherever you're at. Just pull up the frequency chart. Should kind of look like It gets bigger as it goes up, like a funnel. It's like wide at the top, narrows down. It's got the colors, chakra colors changing. It looks like a rainbow. And then it has emotions going up. And then it's got numbers associated with each emotion going up. So pay attention to what your frequency's doing, man. Pay attention. What's it doing? What's your mind doing? That's initiating this frequency. Your mind pulling in information, pulling in thoughts from the ether. Essentially, they're just pulling them in like a vortex, word that's coming from your subconscious mind, and now it's generating an emotion through no fault of your own, really, until you learn this information and don't take the proper steps to clear this stuff out. Then it is it's not your fault. I don't want to put fault or guilt or blame or shame on anybody, but how I look at this is like, if you're even knowingly or not, if you're walking through life asleep and you're acting as if you don't know the reality, the real truth, when in fact you do know the truth. You do know it. You're literally acting like you don't know it. So it's just, we're too far along on our evolutionary path. 2025, like there's so much information out there. Everybody has this in their mind. They're literally acting as if they don't know the truth. And so I'm like, I just have to come out and start opening people up. Like, you guys are being too, like, I don't know, COVID messed you up. Everybody's like curled in like a tight bud on a flower, and it's just staying there. It's not blooming. It's not blossoming. And so we got to just like start moving different, man. Like, everybody walking around trying to fit in, dude. Like, you walk into a place dressed like you're not trying to fit in, and people don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, dude. They're like, what? I dress like a shaman because I resonate with the shaman. I feel that frequency. I can't help it. So I kind of just like dress shaman-like, I guess you could say. I don't know how else to say it. I would call it, it's like a rapper mixed with a shaman, mixed with a skater from Carlsbad, mixed with a baseball player, mixed with a wakeboarder, mixed with a snowboarder, mixed with a meditator. Like, but like, I'll go somewhere sometimes. Maybe I'm a little tired. Maybe I need to eat too, so my energy's lower. So like, I'll roll in there and they don't feel my enlightening frequency. Maybe, I don't know, I'm spitballing. Maybe this is coming through. I don't know if this is necessarily true. We'll find out here in a minute. But they lose their mind, bro. They're like, what is going on? They can't stop staring. They stare at me anyway, regardless. But like, it's funny what their reaction chooses to be. And it's like, sometimes they look at you enlightened. Sometimes they look at you like they're looking at a ghost, or a high schooler, but he looks 40 or he looks 33. You know, so it's like, I love going, I'm a researcher, man. I'm researching every moment. And I think a lot of people just aren't really doing it like that. See, for me, I'm just juice. I want to just nectarize each moment. Like, that's what I came to do, is nectarize each moment to such a degree that it's literally just oozing a concentrate of an amalgamation of everything that is deserved. And so, yeah, bro, it's like that. If that made any sense to you. If that made any sense to you. I love you. Tap in.